Okay, we're going to do a little demonstration now. I'm going to show you how to use annotative dimensions and how they can be used in viewports. Alright, so basically you need to set up your dimensions using, and I'm going to use actually this particular CAD File 6 project that we have been given to do through the workbook, and that workbook at this point is on, I think, on page about 320, that sort of thing. I'll just bring that up. There it is, page 320. So you've got to achieve something like this, but it does tell you how to do it in different way well, basically not using annotative dimensions, which is the way we're heading. So I'll redo the similar sort of thing, not exactly all the dimensions like that, but using annotative. To start with, I'm going to show you how to set up an annotative dimension, but then I'll go on and just use my own template that's got everything set up in there. Alright, so suppose you're starting from scratch and you wanted to do this dimensions setup. I've got something under standards here, which I've sort of quickly copied and pasted into this Word document here, and you can have a look at this thing here and set it up. Now, how do you start setting it up? Well, basically all we need to set up is something like this, where it's got angular, diameter and radial dimensions as well in there. So if you were starting from scratch, let's just say, you would go to new, or you could pick one of our templates that we've got here at TAFE, or you could do brand new with nothing in it. I would normally drop down the box here and go open with metric template. This is totally blank, nobody's template, it's our own. Under annotative, annotate, under dimension, I will click here. I've got one called AS1100, for example. So if I was doing a new one, I'll call it, base it on this, yeah, fair enough, but we're going to totally change it. Click annotative, call it AS1100, or whatever name, and continue. And then basically you go through here and make sure that everything set up in there is as I have in my little file here. Alright, so set all the other settings up as per this thing here. Basically your arrowheads to be 3mm, you know, what else is there? This one here to be offset from origin 1mm, your text height to be 2.5mm, and a few other little things like roundings. This thing here, make sure that's like that. What else have we got? 2.5mm text, whether you've got a period here for your decimal point, precision 0, all that sort of stuff. Go through that and just input that into the different areas into here, and that should set it up. Okay, so having said all that, I have got one that I've set up earlier, so I'll use that file, and you are welcome to also use that file. I have that file put into the AutoCAD files folder under the Andreas additional CAD resources stuff. So here's a file here. If I expand it out, it's one I've used in the past for a project we did here, and it's got a custom made title block as well in there, which is based on the AS1100 roughly anyway. So you may use a title block if you wish as well, or you can just import one from any of the other templates that we've given you anyhow. So I'll bring that in. It starts off like that. Really we should go to model space. Alright, so I'll just flick over to this thing here that you're told to open up on page 320-ish in the workbook. And what it says is to control, it's actually asking you to the drop down menu and go to edit and do copy with base point. Really there's no need to do copy with base point. You could, because there's nothing that we're matching up. There's no endpoints here that we want to match up with an endpoint in the blank drawing, for example. So Control C is good enough as a copy to clipboard. So Control C, and I'm just going to copy all this stuff across and enter, and I'm just going to go into my blank drawing here, which is a new one I've opened up. Control V, just drop it somewhere in here and just zoom extends. what we actually don't need from in here, the actual project says to continue on and use these dimensions and set them up for 1:10 viewport, 1:5, and 1:2. What I'm saying is we will not use that method for this. I'll do it differently. Therefore, I'll redimension all these. So I'm going to erase these dimensions that came in here, just so I can show you how to set something up using annotative dimensions. And it's something that you probably be expected to know in industry, as well as some of the future units that we're going to do here, like I suppose like steel design and that sort of stuff. So we will show you how to do that. I'll just delete all these other ones from here. Alright, so basically what we've got here now is just the geometry, and supposedly I've set up my dimension style. I would have one in here, which I don't have one in here. I've got the wrong one, have I? So I'm not sure. I'll just that's fine. I'll just double make sure why. I think we've got another drawing that I've got the wrong drawing, perhaps. Maybe it's this one here we need. Yes, this is the one with the AS1100. So let me just go back. At least I'll copy this again, Control C without the dimensions this time, and that should speed things up. Okay, there we go. Drop it in here again. There you go. So I've got this thing here. Now I need to dimension this. So what I need to do with Annotative, because it's got the little, it's Annotative, it's got the little star dropper symbol here, alright? And as I said before, when I created it before, I made sure when I went new here, I tick this thing here, there, like that. Alright, that sort of makes it, well, one way to make it Annotative, alright? So let's just close that now. Alright, so I've created some children for this as well, or sub-dimensions, as you can see, for angular and all that sort of stuff. Alright, so we'll okay that. Now, and that's all in the instructions. Now let's go and start dimensioning. No, we can't. The first thing we need to do is set this up. At the moment, any dimensions I make will be at 1:1. So we need to change it for 1:10 if we're doing dimensions for 1:10, and I'll start with that. So this is the one we need, and linear. Just put that on. Okay, so we'll go from here to here, and according to standard, this should be about 12 millimeters across over here. Now it doesn't matter, this is not good practice I'm seeing here, because I didn't create a dimension layer to put it in. And let's see if we've got one ready here. There's one dimension. It's not the same color as you guys are using. The colors are slightly different in this one. But nevertheless, it's under the dimension layer. So that's the proper way of doing it. So let's go like that, and do it again, and drop it. Now it should be about 12 to 15 millimeters back here. How do you actually know if it is? Or you don't really know, unless I've set this up earlier. For example, if I've drawn a line here earlier and said and offset that line 12 millimeters, but what is it? Is it 12 millimeters? No, it's not. It's 12 times 10, the scale. All right, so it's 120 millimeters. I need to offset that to be the minimum that the standard says. I wasn't too far off. Okay, so that's within the standard, because it's 12 to 15. So in fact, I'm in the standard. All right, but I need to make them all the same. All right, I won't dwell on that too much. But really, if you wanted to do any more, you offset this another 120. All right, over here, and then just when you, and I'll show you now that I've set those up, how I will then go about using it. I'll go dimension, and then you can mimic the same process for the rest of them, the horizontal ones and whatever else. So then I will just drop that there. So, and the next one I will just drop it at the end of that, if I had to do another one over there. All right. So that's then you just erase this. That's how you set it up. And let's do the horizontal one as well here. You got to zoom in, because if you don't zoom in, you might get the endpoint of the dimension line rather than the actual door. All right. So when you got dimensions around, you have to be careful. Again, this one here I'm just going to guess for now. Alright, so there it is. So I've done a couple of those. Now I'm going to do a couple for the other one. Let's go for 1:5. Let's put some radial dimensions on here. So go down here, radial dimension, and just drop that one there. Now the size, ooh, what happened there? Ortho's on, I think. No, let's try again. Something went wrong here. Practice all you like, but then I'm not sure what we're doing here. That goes to, I'm trying to do the let's see. Oh, there we go. Oh, so what's happening there? That shouldn't be coming like that. We did do, I'll just drop it there for this exercise, but as I said, I did practice this before and it worked out alright. This one's not bad, I don't know. I think, oh, yeah, I don't know, that's fine. I think I stuffed that. I think I hit the wrong line, I think, I'm not sure. Yeah, anyway, we'll leave that there for now. Now this one here, actually, I noticed in the book, I'm not sure how they did it, but anyway, this is back to linear. Let's go to that. And really, when you look at this thing here as a donut, you can't actually latch onto the quadrant of this. And I don't know how they did it in the book. It's a bit of a fudge job. But perhaps if we use the nearest, perhaps, to go there, no, it won't let you do it. So I think what they did is just guessed it. Which is not the right thing to do. I would have done this with a circle, which means you can get to the quadrant. But anyway, that's aside. All we're showing you here is the dimensions, so we'll just get in here close enough and just drop it. Now, this is wrong. This is actually done at 1:5, so it's not correct. So I can erase it and do it again, or I can actually fix this up. Okay, I can go here, right click. See, I should have set this up to 1:2 before I started doing it, but that's fine. I can show you how to fix it afterwards, you know. All right, in fact, I can right click this here and go properties. All right, and then where it says 1:5, I click here under Annotative. All right, and I click the little dots next to that now, and then it says 1:5. Well, I'm going to add a scale to that, so it's 1:2, so go OK. All right, so what that means now, this will be available for me for 1:5 view as well as 1:2 view. So sometimes I want to do that, but as I don't this time, I'll remove this 5, so it's only available for one viewport only. All right, so there you go, that's fixed. And now I'm finding it's probably too far out, so I should perhaps bring it in a bit. All right, so that's fixed. Okay, let's go to the viewports because we've only got limited time to record this. We've only got like a minute or so. So let's go with that. All right, viewports. Let's close that. Let's go to layers, and there should be a viewport layer. There you go. Go MV is a short command just for speed here. So I'll drop that there to another viewport here and another viewport here. All right, so now we'll double click in here and we'll make sure this one is 1:10. Okay, there we go, 1:10. And this one here is 1:5, 1:5, and this one we wanted to pan down a bit and make it a bit bigger in a minute. And this one here, zoom that up a bit. Okay, and just zoom up in here so you can see. And now this one here, we're going to go for 1:2. All right, so it's 1:2. See how that dimension popped up as soon as I went 1:2? It wasn't there before. All right. Okay, so let's go back to this. Click this one here. Make this a bit bigger. Oh, missed that. And I'm not sure what's going on with this. All right, so that there, down a bit. All right. You have to turn off some layers, but that's fine. I'm only looking at the dimensions at this point. Okay. Okay. So there you go. So I didn't have to do anything about turning off. Putting dimensions in different layers for a start, I didn't have to do that. All that's been taken care of by the annotative scale. By this guy down here, oops, it's varying, hang on. By these guys down here, that says that's 1:10. So it knows that this dimension here was created with 1:10 in model, therefore it won't display it in the 1:10 viewport. Right? And the same with this one here, 1:5. Yet all the dimensions here look the same size. All right? Look the same size. Go to model, and they definitely are not the same size. You know, if I, you know, so that's how. Do you have a question there, or no? Stretching. Okay, so that's basically how I would do an annotative dimension style. How I would dimension, how I would put it on a viewport, and also how I would change it if I did it in the wrong scale using the properties. Thank you for listening.